So we'll go ahead and call Marshall County Fiscal Court to order, November 20th, 2018. We're going to go ahead and start off. What is this? We're going to go ahead and start with some awards today. And I see Mark Harrison here, so we'll go ahead and call Mark up from Kappa. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you all? It's good to be back with you. Judge Neal, members of the court. The place looks really nice since I was here last. You all have continued to upgrade. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. Wanted to come and help participate to recognize many of the men and women from EMS here in Marshall County that are dedicated to providing the medical care here in our county. Certainly, I think from the outset, we want to mention the fact that the events of January at the high school was certainly something that none of us ever wanted to happen. Nobody wants that in their community ever. But we want to continue to pray for all of those affected, the responders, the students, especially as we enter into the holiday season. That can be a really tough time for so many people. I've spent 37 years full-time EMS, and as your retired EMS director and a former president of Kappa, I've gotten to work pretty closely over the years with about 14 counties in western Kentucky with those providers in those counties. And I can tell you that what you've got right here in Marshall County works better than anything that I've seen. The cooperation that you have, the dedication and the commitment from the EMS providers and how they interact with the other emergency agencies, and we certainly don't want to leave all of those out. It took a lot of teamwork to do a what I would call a very good response to this incident, and you just don't see that in other places. And if you get out and look around, you recognize what a value that has, what worth it has. And teamwork is the name of the game. You know, the planning and the training and the exercising in-house, all of the drills over the years, these things all led to, I think, a very positive, a very well-orchestrated response from all of the different levels. The sheriff and I was talking earlier. The response to this really started 15 years ago, and he was a big advocate of that when I was working here. We trained a lot with the sheriff's department. We trained at the high school, many times, monthly, a lot of times. EMS folks, firefighters. We invited all of the disciplines, and we sat around and we dreamed and we thought about what are the worst case scenarios, what might happen, and how would we respond. Through the years, Brian's done a great job. You know, your planning is only as good as it is when all of the responders know what that plan is. And so every time you hire a new employee, you've got to go back and talk about that plan again. And he's done a great job, I think, keeping that active and keeping it in everybody's minds. When the 911 calls started coming in, you know, the victims, their families, the school faculty, all of those students, they benefited from years of planning and the commitment that it took. I certainly appreciate, you know, what I started to say, EMS staging areas, landing sites, triage procedures, hospital destinations, all of these things, when you have a mass casualty incident, all of these things are much more important than they are every day. And so those things were all taken into account. I certainly appreciate all of the work that is done behind the scenes by so many people to make this a good, safe place to live. And I appreciate what they do every day. At this time, I'd like to introduce Troy Walker for some comments. Troy is our current president of the Kentucky Ambulance Providers Association, and he's the director of EMS over in Muhlenberg County.
Thank you.
Thank you, and appreciate y'all allowing me to come in today to speak on behalf of the Kentucky Ambulance Providers Association. CAPA represents 109 counties across the state of Kentucky, and I know a lot of the people sitting behind me here in this room. I've worked with them a long time, and it's an honor to be able to come here today to present them with these awards. CAPA in September holds a state conference for all the ambulance providers, and at that conference, because of recommendation and nominations, we was able to award Marshall County EMS with the Service of the Year based off of their responses, not only for the shooting at the school on January 23rd, but a couple of weeks prior to that with the, I think you had a barge explosion, both mass casualty incidents. So because of those two big events and what they've done, and a lot of it Mark just sat here and covered, all the preparedness, all the training and stuff that they put into it and keep up with is hard. And networking and teamwork is some of the hardest things to get done in a community, especially small rural communities. I'm able to sit with this part of the state. I'm from Muhlenberg County, and I sit with a lot of these services at regular meetings where we discuss just this thing on responses and teamwork. You've got a great thing going here, Judge. You've got people that are working together, and it's not just your ambulance service, your fire department, and law enforcement. They also have to team up and work with other surrounding counties of all the same entities, and that shows here today. So we give them the award in Lexington at our conference, but we thought it would be a great thing to come down to Marshall County and actually see the providers. Not everybody can make it up to Lexington for the awards banquet. You have a community protect. So we wanted to come to Marshall County, and with the help of Kentucky Board of EMS, being able to present some awards, and not only to Marshall County EMS, but all the services around, with providers from each of those services that participated on that day. On January 23rd, we want to give them these awards. So the awards that we're going to present is on behalf of the Kentucky Board of EMS, and what I'd like to do is welcome up Executive Director Michael Pointer and Deputy Director Chuck O'Neill to help present these awards to the individual providers.
Perfect.
Judge Neal,
Good morning.
members of the court, I stand before you with a great amount of respect, a respect of support to your community and your EMS. Any mission that we do, we have to work together. It's a team effort, and I can say a job well done here for a bad situation. We hope and pray that this never happens again, but the pre-planning and what Troy said and what we brought up, it's all a team effort. And with that, I would like to introduce Chuck O'Neill, our Deputy Executive Director with the board. We've got some certificates that we would like to give out to the first responders that had boots on the ground at the scene. And the respect is very high coming from our board. So Chuck, Troy, Judge, if you don't care to come up. Sure.
These certificates read from the Kentucky Board of Emergency Medical Services. The Certificate of Meritorious Service is offered by the Kentucky Board of Emergency Medical Services for your response to Marshall County High School on January 23rd, 2018 for character, professionalism. First, for Marshall County EMS, Brian Cutsinger. Lori Crutcher. Stephen Criswell. Barry Darnell. Dan Alexander. Garrett Devine. Ryan Eves. Justin Harrison. Brian Harrison. Mark Harrison. Kevin Jackson. Jason Lane. James Wilburn. Tim Rogers. Tim Story. C.P. Shearer. Kaylin Spiker. From Mercy Regional EMS in Paducah, Jeremy Jeffrey. Doy White. Greg Garrison. For Livingston County EMS, Ricky Driscoll. David Kuhn. Paul Thomason. Sonny Evans. Charles Watkins. And for Livingston County, Clint Hudson. Now for Murray-Callaway County EMS, Marty Barnett. John Hallsappel. Owen Moore. And Scott Adams. Join me in congratulating these EMS professionals. Thank you.
Appreciate all the hard work you guys do, and definitely the mutual agreements and the responses that you have to work together to be prepared at all times. So I know the communities here in Marsh County and the communities that you serve, we are very thankful of your service. So thank you. I appreciate y'all coming down and recognizing the talent that we do have in the western part of the state. So appreciate that. Keep doing it. Thank you. Y'all have anything you want to say?
Appreciate their service.
Y'all don't want to stick around unless you have to. Thank you.
I want to stick around.
Brad, do you want to read that? Yeah, you can go ahead.
This was a correspondence from Commissioner Koch for the meeting today. I'm partnering with the Calvert City Industrial Complex, delivering 205 LED lanterns and 170 toy bags to hurricane victims in the Panama City area and Bayou George First Baptist Church. I'll be available by phone at 713 Lighthouse Landing, Panama City Beach, for the November 20th Fiscal Court meeting and want to participate. Please make sure this information is posted in the minutes. Please call so we can make arrangements. Commissioner Rick Koch, and he is on speakerphone for the meeting today.
All right, under correspondence A, personnel changes. Erskine Estes, new full-time sanitation at $10 per hour, effective 10/1/18. Justin Stockdale, wage increase from $16.47 to $18.41, effective October 1st, 18, per Dennis Faust. Michael Taylor, wage increase from $51,050 per year to $54,345.33, effective October 1st, 18, due to completion of 1 year probation. Jared Hendrickson, new part-time park labor at $9 per hour, effective October 12th, 2018. Michael Wright, new part-time park labor at $8.34 per hour, effective October 2nd, 2018. Danny Hopkins, new part-time court security at $9 per hour, effective October 2nd, 2018. Bobby Green, new part-time non-hazard jail at $12 per hour, effective October 22nd, 2018. Andrew Lovett, termination October 31st, 2018, voluntary resignation. John Townsend, wage increase from $16.68 to $19.08 per hour, effective October 16, 2018, per LaDonna Carell. Sheila Day, wage increase from $15.49 to $17.54 per hour, effective October 16th, 2018, per LaDonna. Nicole Ford, wage increase from $13.78 to $14.78 per hour, effective October 16, 2018, per Brad Warning. Darlene Lynn, wage increase from $15.76 to $16 per hour, effective October 16, 2018, per Brad Warning. Danny Wyatt, termination October 31st, 2018, retirement. Roger Ford, termination October 31st, 2018, retirement. Jimmy Allen, termination October 12th, 2018, end of seasonal employment. And George Hicks, termination October 12th, 2018, end of seasonal employment. Under old business, approve the minutes for November 8th special call meeting.
To approve the minutes, Judge.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We have the road reviewers report on Old Road. Should have that in your packet. I see Casey is here. Do y'all have any questions for him? You got a copy, Casey, if you want to get up and read that? I got one here. What'd he say?
He said he would have made it a lot shorter if he knew he had to read it. You can summarize it.
Yeah. Casey's part of the road review with Wendy and Andy. Good morning, sir.
At the special call meeting of the Marshall County Fiscal Court, November 8th, 2018, a petition was submitted for the discontinuance of county maintenance on Old Road. A public hearing has not been set. However, road viewers were named to view the road. On-site inspection of Old Road was made November 19th, 2018. At that time, the following observations were made. Old Road is located west off of Sid Darnell Road, half-mile north of the intersection of Sid Darnell Road and Brewers Highway. Old Road is a county road, bituminous surface, approximately 1,490 feet in length and 10.5 feet in width. The current conditions of the roadway is classified as poor. Paving was done last in 1998 according to the county records. Limited drainage is provided along the roadway with no drainage provided along the southern portion. Barbed wire fence has been erected 2 feet from the southern edge of the pavement. The fence has severely restricted maintenance along the roadway to the point that low and medium height vegetation now encroach upon the roadway and touches vehicular traffic. A turnaround is not located at the end of the roadway. Means for turning around is accomplished by using a landowner's drive. This is also severely restricted due to the location of the fence and the narrowness of the roadway. 3 separate landowners have road frontage along Obe Road: John Fawn, the petitioner, Patricia Redding, Terry and Tina Ross. 2 residences are located along the roadway, both of which are currently owned by the Rosses, one of which is their primary residence. Ross is the only landowner which relies upon Obe Road for their primary ingress and egress of their property. The remaining landowners' primary access to their property is from Sid Darnell. The submitted petition only contains the signature of one of the 3 landowners. County records for Obe are limited. Road Department records state the right-of-way total width being 24 feet. Deed research reflects a discrepancy with surveyor James Kane stating the county right-of-way being 9 feet from the center line, and that was from a survey in 1995. Based upon the information presented and the observations made, the road viewers believe that all landowners and residents along Obe Road should be in agreement to the discontinuance of county maintenance. If maintenance is not discontinued, it is our recommendation that the fence be relocated a distance that allows for continued maintenance of the roadway.
Thank you, sir. Has anybody got any questions regarding that review? Jeff, do we still have to set a public hearing?
Let's see.
Or do we have to, if the court wishes not to take the road out of the county maintenance system, do we have to have a public hearing?
I think you have to have a public hearing and create a record.
Okay.
You've done your investigation, and then that'll allow any more information in support of and any against.
Okay.
You wouldn't have to if all 3 of the property owners had signed the petition, but they didn't.
Okay. Our next fiscal court meeting is December 4th. Do we just want to schedule the public hearing, I think we've done in the past, at 10 a.m. On the 4th? So we'll go ahead and make that announcement. We'll have a public hearing regarding Obe Road, December 4th, 10 a.m. Here at Fiscal Court. There's no questions. Go ahead and move on to new business, 2019 holiday schedule. Appreciate it, Casey. We'll post this so that the folks at home will see this, and we'll get this on our county Facebook page.
I was advising
Yeah.
Wendy about posting the notices for that hearing.
The 2019 holiday schedule, we'll get that posted and get the employees. Do we have to put that on the record? Okay. We need a motion to
Motion to
approve.
approve the holiday schedule for 2019.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, reschedule the January 1st meeting. It falls on the holiday. I think January 8th is the following Tuesday, so if we can reschedule. The first Tuesday in January to January 8th.
Motion to approve the change.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Extension District Board appointments. Should have the letter from Vicky Wynn. There's 2 terms that are up, and I've got Renee Turnbow and Larry Neal as the 2 appointments to serve on the council.
Make a motion to approve the judge's recommendations.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Intra-fund transfer.
These are bank-only transfers. I'm still working on getting all of our outstanding checks cleared out of the Heritage Bank account and moving all the funds over into the CFSB account. So all of these are just bank-only transfers. I'm asking to move $2.71 from Heritage Payroll Fund to CFSB Payroll Fund, $88,548.21 from General Fund Heritage to General Fund CFSB, from Road Fund Heritage to Road Fund CFSB, 12 cents. From Jail Fund Heritage to Jail Fund CFSB, $2,401.94. From 911 Fund Heritage to 911 Fund CFSB, $56,049.72. From Occupational Tax Fund Heritage to Occupational Tax Fund CFSB, $10.49. And from our Health Spending Fund at Heritage to the Health Spending Fund at CFSB, $17,060.35. For a total of $164,073.54.
Motion to approve transfers.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I've been advised there's a gentleman on the front row. Sir?
Mr. Fawn?
Did you want to say something about Old Road? Are you here for Old Road? Can you? Okay.
Hardly anything you said. Yes, I'm the owner of Old Road. I have deed to it, I have survey to it that verifies that. If the court can't agree, I'm going to have to pursue this because I am the owner. I'm being abused by one of the people that are on this road, and I'm going to try to put an end to it wherever I have to go. This thing seems a simple matter, but I guess it isn't.
Can you do me a favor? Can you state your name? Can you not hear? Sorry. Well, I didn't.
John Vaughn.
John. Okay.
Is this okay if I stand here where I can hear you guys?
Yeah, that's fine. We set a public hearing for December 4th at 10 a.m. So if you want to come back December 4th, and we'll make sure to write that down. If you want to see Des afterwards, she'll give you that date and that time, and it'll be, sure. There'll be a public hearing, and in that public hearing, you'll be able to get up and state your claim. Decent, yeah. And Des, if you want to, you know where her office is. You've been to her office downstairs. Come down and she'll give you the date and the time and everything, when that public hearing is going to be, and then you'll just come back, and that's when you'll have your time to. We just set the schedule for the public hearing today.
Is there anything else I need to do besides be there?
No, I think that's it. Don't leave before she gets you that time and date. Okay. Payment of the bills.
Motion to pay the bills, Judge.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.